Hey boys, I don't want to sell. My Ethereum and BTC positions are up nicely. There were small leverage plays. It wasn't like a huge leverage play where I would give you guys a heads up, hey, I'm doing 20x. I did 10x, 5x and 10x. 5x on Ethereum, 10x on BTC. So it's pretty small leverage, but my model held perfectly. Hourly model got the bounce off the Stoch, right? So the Stoch model held absolutely beautifully. The 4-hour model has been running up since the bottom beautifully. Now we're getting close to the top. Again, the Stoch trick only works when it's locked in. When you're getting these repetitive cycles, then you can use it. When you're going all over the place and it's zigzagging back and forth, you can't, right? You know this by now. So we failed that trendline support after continuously getting rejected. My ascending triangle analysis was really spot on. We had a perfect ascending triangle. It just happened to fail down. Ascending triangles break up 80-85% of the time. Descending triangles break down 80-85% of the time. And sometimes they go the other way. So I went the other way. I lost a little money on that because I had bought twice over here, as you guys know. But my other trades obviously covered for that, especially like OGN. OGN has been massive. 100% run for my original entry, but my more recent entry is actually what I'm really happy about because I mentioned this briefly in the chat last night. I still have this open. So I had bought additional buy orders down here, but on my initial buy, I set a low stop loss. So that stop loss got hit on the wick. The 55 EMA bounced. So if I saw that live, if I was sitting at my computer, I would have bought again with these two candles bouncing off that 55 EMA because each of my model, as you know, the 55 EMA is one of those key supports. Right as the Stoch was turning up like this on the 4-hour, that was so bullish. I wish I got in just one candle later. I would have been golden. But anyway, I got stopped out on that first wick, but I had those lower orders here, and I think even had a couple lower to buy on the dip because I expected it to go down before going up a lot more. Since the Stoch model's so locked in here, I'm just going to close this out because my entry's down here. This was supposed to be a long-term trade, but I'm at 33%. I'm going to sell as soon as I finish recording this video. I'm at 33% profit on this trade. So if I close that out, the few losses I took because of my risk management, having a tight stop loss, in some cases, I got stopped out on longer-term trades where I had like a 10% stop loss. So to make up for my losses, I had sold my earlier trade before it was 100% up, obviously. So this time around, I feel like I'm going to close. If I close this out here, since the Stoch wave has been so perfectly repetitive, it's possible it'll just turn back up, but unlikely. Most likely, given how it's been perfectly cyclical like this with the ups and downs, I think it's going to go up like it did and come back down. So on that down, we're going to get a reset. So I'm going to close this OGN trade here. That way, my big profits will cover the one or two trades I got stopped out on. Plus, I'll have a lot of profit left over. And then I can leave my Ethereum and my Bitcoin trades open. And in those cases, I don't have it on the Bitcoin chart. I only added the actual long tool on the Ethereum chart to show my trade. But if you look at when I posted it in Discord, I let you guys know I'm getting into both of them right now. I only added the actual entry on the Ethereum chart. Same thing. I think we're going to swing down. Since I have leverage on this, it gives me a decent profit, right? If I didn't have leverage on this, if I was only sitting on, because I have 5x leverage on this trade. So if I was only sitting on 3.3% profit, I'd probably move my stop loss from down here up to my entry price, and that would make it a risk-free trade. So as the 4-hour model over here comes down, right on the 4-hour Stoch, as that comes down and the price retraces, if it comes back down to my stop loss at my entry, it stops me out. But it's a risk-free trade. I don't take a loss. However, there's a chance, given how overall bullish we are, it may not even retrace that far. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of moving my stop loss up to my entry, I'm going to leave this trade open. My stop loss, I'm going to keep it right where it is. So 2%, 2.15% below my original entry. However, since I had 5x leverage on this, I'm actually up like 17, 18% profit right now. So I'm going to sell half of my Ethereum position. Those are the only two moves I'm doing. I'm closing my entire OGN trade, which I know I'm up like a ton on OGN, and I've been so perfect calling it. I should keep it open. But I really like the idea of closing that trade and then buying back after it retraces a bit, because I'm pretty confident we're going to see these things retrace given the 4-hour Stoch. And you know what? If I'm wrong, if the 4-hour Stoch doesn't actually turn down and we just keep going straight up to the moon, I could always buy back in later and ride it the rest of the way up. But this way, I guarantee myself I don't take any losses on the ones I got stopped out on, and I end the day, no matter what, with a pretty substantial profit. Between selling half of my Ethereum position with the 5x leverage for 18% profit, and then selling that OGN at 35% profit, I'm in a really good position on the day. I'm going to end the day with solid gains, no matter what else happens, even if the rest of the market tanks and my other trades go down. That's it for now. And then as for new trades, I don't know yet. Give me a few. Let me upload this update to you guys so you have that. And then what I'm probably going to do, I think I'm going to wait because everything is pretty high now. And they've been pumping pretty hard. I may want to see if we get this little retrace. If this retrace is really small, if the Stoch on everything comes down slightly and then just goes right up again, I'll just get back into a bunch of stuff then. But I want to give it some space just in case. Because if we do get a bigger retrace, if we come back down, you know, like if we lose, typically on a bullish cycle like this, you get a big wave up and a smaller wave down, a big wave up and a smaller wave down. So that first wave was big. So the next wave might bring us back down, you know, 30, 40, 50% of this run. And that would be a really good time to get in. That's where Fibonacci comes in clutch. So I'm going to look at the charts. I'll draw some Fibonacci retracements, and then we can take a look and figure out what some good entries would be. For now, I'm just going to make the changes I mentioned, and I'll leave everything else as is for the time being, and I'll touch base with you in a bit after I get a chance to look for potential entries if we do get that dip. And if you have any questions, obviously, just tag me in the group if you're in the group. If you're not in the group, come join the group. It's awesome. I teach you everything I know. I share all my trades. We have other analysts who contribute. It's really an awesome community. So anyway, that's it for now. If you do want to join the group, info in the description. And make sure to like and subscribe. All that stuff. All right. I'm holding a baby while I'm doing this. I'm a good multitasker. Adios.